And now the Hansons and Hiatus podcast with Nate and Alexis.
Happy Friday, fuckers. It is episode 89 of the Hansons on Hiatus podcast. I am your host, Nate, and this is my wife, Alexis.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And don't forget to support the podcast. buymeacoffee.com/Hansons on Hiatus. You can buy us some virtual beers.
And then we will turn them into real beers and drink them.
Maybe not. I might pour one out for my homies.
Yes.
And not Patrick Mahomes.
No. Mahomes.
My homies. And also, HansonsOnHiatus.com. You can visit our merch store. We got some designs that Alexis has put up there. Different t-shirts, hats, tank tops.
You can put our designs on anything. I think our neighbor got like a coffee mug and a pillow. She's a proud fucky now. So she bought some merch as well to showcase her fuckiness.
And speaking of being a fucky, if you would like to be a monthly supporter, and you don't want to just donate here and there, you just want to let the card do the work.
Yeah.
You be a little fucky for 99 cents. You can be a medium fucky for $4.99. You can be a big old fucky for $9.99.
Yeah. That makes it easy. So instead of just donating once or twice, like you said, you can just let it coast.
Yeah, let it go. If you enjoy the stories or the information we're sharing, or like I said, even if you want to reach out to us and ask us some questions, feel free.
Yep.
You can follow, share, subscribe, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, iTunes, and YouTube Music at Hansons on Hiatus.
We are there.
We are there. We are everywhere.
We're everywhere.
Everywhere you want to be. Well, see. Let's see. We have had 2 weddings in 2 weekends.
Wow. Are we tired?
Yes. Yeah. We only got 1 down day in between because my family came after the first wedding, came up here and hung out for a while.
Yeah. Your Florida fam was here.
Yeah.
Not like your mom and dad and brother, but extended fam.
Yeah, exactly. And so when we were going, the second wedding that we went to this past weekend was our good friends Wanda and Carlos.
Yes.
Probably heard us talk about them quite a bit. They are some of our longest friends here, here in Playa del Carmen. But we went different days. So I went on Friday. Oh, I'm sorry. We went at different times on the same day.
Correct.
So I went on Friday, early.
Early.
Our buddy Brandon from Chicago was in town, and so we had to go. I think we had to take the 8 a.m. ferry.
Yeah.
First one over because we were going snorkeling because Wanda had her family in town.
Yep.
And they're doing a snorkeling trip, but 2 of them couldn't go, so they asked if Brandon and I wanted to go.
Yeah, which was great. She threw it out to everybody, and I was like, I am not getting up any earlier than I have to be because I know wedding means they're going to put me to work, and it's going to be a long night.
Yes.
A long weekend. So I was like, you guys go. You'll have more fun.
Yeah, so we went early in the morning, and we usually buy tickets online on our walk there.
Yeah.
But we had bought tickets, I don't know, almost 6 months ago.
Yeah, in May.
Because we had bought tickets to come back over from Cozumel. It was maybe when my parents were in town or something.
Yeah, something was going on.
And we didn't end up using those tickets because that ferry got canceled, so we had to ride on a different ferry. So we've had these 5 tickets that we've been trying to go through for the last 5-6 months or whatever.
Which seems odd. Do you think we would have used them? I think we just kept forgetting, or like you're saying, we're taking a different ferry.
Yeah, we're taking different brands.
So we're like, can't use this one this time. We'll use it next time. And then you actually had a great idea and saved them for this weekend. They were like, we haven't used them yet. We're going to save them.
Yeah, because they weren't, they didn't expire till the day after the wedding. So we're cutting it close because I was worried, do they go by, because they're good for 6 months. Do they go by 6 months or do they go by the actual days? Are they counting the days with 31 or the months with 31 days and whatnot?
I wouldn't put it past the Ultramar or whoever the ferry companies to be like, no, we're counting per day instead of just a month.
So we had 2 tickets and I was using one. We had 2 leftovers of the 5 and I X'd out the ones that we had used.
Right.
And so we had, 2 or 3 more. And so I was using one. And then when we were getting there, Brandon and I were walking. I don't know what happened. It was we were maybe passing the Hard Rock, the little restaurant,
Yeah.
And the ferry was leaving in 2 minutes. It was 7:58. We're like, what the fuck? So we were like, shit. So we run. So we run down there. We get up on, go up the escalator, go through security, and we're in line. There's 20 people still in line. They're still walking out to the ferry. The ferry is still there.
Right.
And Brandon had to get his ticket still, and I said, don't worry about it, I'll buy it in line. So I bought his ticket while we were waiting in line.
Of course.
And we go up, and you got to check your ticket with the first lady. She just makes sure you have a ticket.
Yeah.
And then
I guess people walk up there with no ticket.
Yeah, I guess. And then the next lady the next person scans your ticket. So we're like, we become the very last two people to get on the boat, and there's still people in front of us or whatever. So Brandon scans his and goes through the little kiosk thing, or the little turnstile.
Yeah.
And then I go to scan mine, and I have 3 tickets, but I don't know which one is the good one.
They're probably like, this white guy's sketchy as hell. He's got random tickets on his phone.
Yeah, maybe. So I scan one, or he'd already gone through, scanned his. He was standing there waiting for me, and I scanned the first one. Oh, no, it's no good.
Oh.
I'm like, okay, go to the next one. Dude, no good.
Oh.
Next one. Dude, no good. I'm like, fuck. And so I'm like, well, what's the deal? Like, they couldn't tell me. I was like, did it expire? So I'm like thinking, okay, they fucking expired.
Yeah.
And I was like, hang on. And I go, and I'm like buying the ticket very quickly online.
Yeah.
And she's like trying to look at my phone, like, what are you doing, basically? And like, she was trying to say, like, if you didn't have your ticket, like, you ain't getting on.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I got. And so I showed her I got, and she's like, no, sorry, they closed it. And so I'm standing there with Brandon. I was like, please, come on. Like, I was like,
Like,
just,
my buddy's through.
She's like, no, just being a fucking asshole about it. And I was talking to Brandon. I was like, just go, man. I was like, it doesn't make sense for 2 of us to buy new tickets.
Right.
So, you go on this one. I'll get there's an 8:30 one on a different ferry line. Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I was like, just go ahead. And then they're like, oh no, he can't go. And I'm like, you already scanned his ticket though. He can't use it now. And they're like, sorry. Like, and I was like,
sorry.
And so I was like, normally I'm like, whatever. I was fucking mad. I was like, that's some fucking bullshit. And I was like, and she was like, sir, come, like basically telling me to calm down. I was like, no, this is fucked up. This is terrible customer service. Like, this guy's already used his ticket. I mean, we're residents, so, we know how things work here.
Yeah.
But if this was somebody that was on vacation, you split up their family, and then they didn't make it over to their excursion, which, they might have paid, a lot of money for or something, you're just leaving a bad, like, the workers in Mexico, no offense, at least for the, I don't know, big corporations or companies or whatever, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
like, they don't care about how their company looks or their, the job that they're doing or whatever, how they're, like, it looks to tourists.
Right.
And
or at least in Playa del Carmen. We had some people. It makes no sense. I'm sure the boat was still there. I'm sure they didn't reimburse Brandon.
And that's what I said. I was like, the boat's still here. And then she goes, oh no, he can't go either. And
why couldn't he go?
Exactly.
You're guilty by association? You already scanned his ticket.
No, she was like, I already said, you guys couldn't go. And I was like, but you scanned his ticket.
Yeah, why'd you scan his
I was
ticket
like,
then?
fucking bitch. So I took a picture of her. Not like, what am I going to do with it?
Yeah.
But, I was like, I don't know. I was so mad just that I was like, the boat is still here. There's literally people still walking down the ramp to go across the dock to get on the boat.
And she knows 100% those boats never leave exactly on time.
Yeah. Dude, I was so mad. And it's just the fact that it was still there. And I get it. Like, if it was really busy, at some point you got to have a cutoff.
Sure.
Somebody's going to get left behind or whatever. We were the only 2 people there. It wouldn't have hurt you. Like, I had my ticket, scan it, let me on. People are still getting on the boat. It didn't leave for another like 5 or so minutes.
Yeah.
It's just like that defiant, like, I don't care. I'm not going to help anybody out. It's like, that's your fucking job.
In Mexico, it's no before, well, at least around here when we've experienced things like this, the first answer is no. Like, what, did you even hear what's happening? Did you?
It doesn't matter.
There's no resolution. No, just no, and you go figure it out. I'm not going to.
That's the most irritating thing about Mexico is there are some things where the rules are bent all the time, and it doesn't. It's like, oh well, yeah, maybe if you do this or you do that, but then there's sometimes that they're like they set these strict rules that they will not like bend or break from.
Right.
And I'm just like, where it would make sense to do that, but. I mean, I don't know.
I would have been pissed. You're lucky I wasn't there. I would have been like, I got up this early to be here, and then you're not going to let me get on the ferry?
Yeah.
So what did you guys do? I guess
So
I didn't.
we had to buy new tickets for the Xcaret boat, and that left 30 minutes later. And we're, not the ferry, the snorkeling tour was supposed to start at 9.
Yeah.
And, it takes like 45 minutes to get over there or whatever. But the Xcaret boat's a little bit faster. So we're like, all right, whatever.
We'll be there as fast as we can.
Yeah, we're leaving a half an hour later. We got there on the Xcaret boat when the Ultramar boat was getting there as well, like the exact same time.
Oh my god!
They
were
were
you like me?
Yeah, there were still people getting off or whatever, but we ended up having to use those tickets on the way back that we didn't get to use.
Yeah.
But Brandon couldn't because
Yeah.
they used his ticket, or they like marked it as used or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
What
I was
the
so
heck?
pissed.
I would have been really pissed. I would have been mad.
Yeah, and it was just because she didn't even want to hear it. You know, if I had my ticket like already bought and I was just going to a different one, it would have been fine. But the fact that I bought it in the line there and they waited 20 seconds, I literally bought it in 20 seconds.
Yeah, it doesn't take very long.
Yeah,
but she wouldn't let Brandon go either. So it wasn't even if you had the ticket and couldn't find it on your phone, then she still wouldn't have let you guys go.
No, but like at that point, if I would have going through the tickets, if I would have found found the fourth one or whatever and scanned it, we would have been fine. But the fact that I bought it there and took another 20 seconds, then that was the issue. So
that's the other thing too is Mexico, and I don't want to say all Mexico plowed.
Yeah, sorry, we say Mexico as in our area of Mexico. Yes. Obviously, it's not the whole country.
They would rather piss you off and potentially lose a customer than make a positive resolution. They'd rather just go no, and you don't want to make the extra. Well, I guess they are making extra money by making you buy more tickets, but still, they would most times they're so stuck on their rules that they'd rather not make the money than stick
well, and that's the
rules.
thing is they don't give. I don't know if they don't give the employee power enough, or they're just not educated enough,
then say
like it within their company to
Yeah.
know that you can. Hey, like it's probably in the best interest of the company, for you to do this on your own, but they can't. They just have these blinders on where they're like, they told me this is the rule and I have to follow it regardless. Where in somewhere else they might be like, all right, I'm gonna do this to make you happy, and then you're gonna use our company again because we don't go on Winjet anymore, unless we absolutely have to, just because of they've treated us.
Pinche Winjet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But anyway, so we got over there. We get in the taxi. We rode it to down to the port or whatever for the snorkeling tour.
Where did you guys go? El
It was-
Cielo or somewhere different?
Yeah, but wait to
Like for the snorkel. Or
like where do we actually snorkel, or where we get on the boat at?
I guess both.
Okay, well the boat it was another port. You've never been there. I've never been there before. It's actually like a little cove I didn't know about. It's where people keep their boats that live there.
Oh wow.
So we got there and we get on the boat and we see all of our friends and they're waiting for us and we get on and everything. And so we go snorkeling and we see all these starfish and stingray. Yeah, we went to El Cielo.
Lots of stingrays.
Yeah,
lately.
tons of stingrays. I've never seen that many when we've gone before. It's usually like, the starfish, and we'll see nurse sharks, turtles, things like that. But I've never seen so many stingrays.
It must be stingray season.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But then the next fiasco was I decided it was Friday, so I decided to do my beer chug on the boat. And, I brought a couple craft beers because I didn't know what I was going to do in the first place and, where I was going to do it at. But I really wanted to do it on the boat, but I was worried about, not having not having you there to film or whatever. So
'Cause I'm your trusty film crew behind the scenes.
that is true.
Every chug, I'm there.
Yeah. So I pour the first beer that I'm doing this chug, and I'm going to do it. We're at El Cielo is like this really nice snorkeling place. At certain parts, it's shallow enough to just walk around. So it's usually where everybody gets out, has a snack, has a drink or whatever. Right. It's like up to your waist or your chest, basically. So everybody's kind of wandering around, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do my chug. Our buddy Brian is the one who held the camera for me.
Oh, nice. Good.
And everybody else is just kind of walking around in the background or just hanging out. And I was just like, just do a cheers or something when I say cheers, fuckers.
Yeah.
So the first beer, I open it up, pour it in the glass, and I always have to take a picture of it.
Sure.
To go with the post.
Yeah.
So I set it on the ledge of the boat there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go to get my camera and I turn around and a big wave came by, knocks the whole fucking beer over. I'm like, fuck.
Like, take two.
Yeah. Luckily, I brought some other beers.
Yeah, because usually you only have one. You
Right.
decide on one beer and you bring one with you.
Yeah.
So if it goes down, then
The next one was a beer from Canada, which I thought, oh, this would be great because Wanda's from Canada. I'm going to talk about her getting married.
very fitting.
And so I do the same thing, open the beer, and I get the pictures of it and everything. I get in the water, and Brian films me doing the chug. And this is a beer that our buddy Josue that works for Club de la Cerveza, or the beer club and CMC. He brought this back from Canada for me. And I do the whole chug, and then I find out that I don't know if they got water in it or if it just wasn't plugged in all the way, but the microphone didn't record anything.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So
Fuzzy Mike failed you?
Yeah. So I don't know if it wasn't clicked in all the way or if it got a little bit of water on it when the other shit was going on.
Right.
But it was just, so I had the whole video. It just was no sound, and there was just nothing I could do about
You
it.
could just do a silent beer chug.
Yeah.
Guess what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It was that one, the NFL like bad lip readings or whatever.
Oh, yeah. That would have been funny.
That would have been funny. So then luckily I had a third beer, and it was that Avo beer that they make it out of avocados, and and it's a porter. So I ended up doing that one, but it's like I went through 3 fucking beers doing the beer chug on the snorkeling tour.
Were you immediately drunk after that? Because those were probably all high ABV beers.
I was feeling pretty good. I mean,
let's snorkel.
Yeah, the first one was like 6.5%. The second one was 8%, and the last one was 7%. So.
Oh yeah, you're feeling real nice.
Yeah, I was doing pretty good.
I'm glad you didn't drown.
Yeah, me too. Shoot. So, I'll skip over to the wedding a little bit. Really nice wedding. I mean, it was completely different from the one that we went to in Tulum.
Loved it. Yeah, Tulum was like 85 people. This was like maybe 30 people.
Yeah, I don't even know if that, maybe 25 or something.
Yeah.
But the one in Tulum, they rented out the whole hostel and hotel area. This one, since it was a smaller group and Wanda had her family in town from Canada, they rented out like a big house, like an Airbnb house, and had a little pool and, a rooftop. We didn't even go up to the rooftop that night, actually, did we? Not like the roof.
Right. We all went up a couple of times, but no. Yeah. The
Smoking the reefer.
We should have taken the whole party up there and taken some photos.
Yeah. But yeah, it was cool. It was at the house, and, her sister was the photographer basically. And I was like, I just videotaped whatever, did little clips and stuff. And
you were video squad, video crew, and camera crew, and then so was Sherry.
Yeah, but it was a little more relaxed. Wanda did all the food.
Yeah.
It wasn't a sit-down dinner. It was like tapas kind of.
Yeah, tapas, appetizers, but a lot of appetite. Not just like, oh, there's a couple and you're still hungry. There was like 20 appetizers, like different trays of food.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All awesome.
And what else happened during the ceremony? Carlos got a little choked up. Nothing wrong with that, but it was, like sweet to see that he was trying.
Oh yeah.
And also funny. So the wedding in Tulum, Tom, was English originally, and Cindy doesn't speak English.
Yeah.
So Tom did his whole part of the wedding in Spanish.
Yep.
But it's funny in the one here, Carlos is Spanish, or he's Mexican, and Wanda speaks English. And so Carlos did his whole part in English.
Yeah.
And she was like, you can do it in Spanish. She's like, no, I want to do it in English.
Yeah.
So like he was like proud of it. So I thought that was pretty cool.
He did a great job. I wish he would have done like a little, Spanish in there, but it was great. It was wonderful.
Yeah. What else happened? Oh, that one guy that we never really talked to answered the phone in the middle of the ceremony.
I was about to WrestleMania, I don't know, jump on this guy for Wanda. I was waiting for you to see me across the camera and just, tackle him. I gave him the mom look, shut the fuck up.
Right.
Did it twice. He was on the phone first time during something and then during the ceremony. I was so pissed. Yeah. Who answers a phone call and talks during a ceremony? I don't care if that's her grandmother. Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck off the phone.
Yeah.
So rude.
So rude. What else happened? Oh, there was no speeches or anything. I know if you listen to our last episode, there was a little issue with the speech that one guy gave talking about fucking poop and corn.
No one mentioned poop at this wedding.
No, yeah. So, you're starting off on a good foot if that happens.
Yeah.
Or if it doesn't happen.
And I will say real quick about Carlos getting choked up. Right before we were about to walk down, because I did Wanda's makeup beforehand. She had a hairdresser do her hair. She was like, who do you ladies think's going to cry or tear up or whatever? Is it going to be me or Carlos? And we were all like, Carlos.
Yeah.
Wanda's very strong or whatever. Not that Carlos isn't.
No, yeah, he's just a sentimental guy.
Yeah, lovey. And I thought it was cute. It was really great.
And one of the things I noticed at both weddings is the photographers.
Yes.
And I don't know. I haven't been to a ton of weddings other than our own and maybe a handful of other ones, but I felt like the photographers were always kind of in the way.
Right.
Like, I know you want to get the best photo, and that happens to be in the center in front of everybody, but you're kind of there, like, for, like, the people are there to see the wedding. And like, you know, Tom's wedding, his photographer was like trying to get the best shots, of course, but was standing in the front, like right in front of the you know, them getting married.
Right.
So I don't know. And then the same thing here, like, even though, you know, she's not a professional photographer, Wanda's sister that was doing the pictures and stuff, I'm sure looked great. I mean, the ones that I saw, I'm sure they did, but also standing kind of in front of everybody, like, while, you know, they're kissing or saying I do or putting the rings on or whatever. It's like the audience is kind of second tier to, you know, obviously the couple is first, the audience, and then I feel like the pictures should be third. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I think so we had a photographer and videographer, so both were of equal importance. But I think these weddings are like, we don't have a videographer besides you. You know, you were taking video and everybody else, but you're paying for this photographer. They're probably like, get in there. I don't care if you're blocking grandma. Get the shot, get the picture. I'm paying for this. We want some really, you know, quality photos. But it is kind of weird when, you know, someone's just standing in front of you and you're like, I'm trying to watch the ceremony of love and there's this big guy in front of me or something. You know, it is weird. I see what you're saying, but they're probably just like, no, I'm being paid to do this. I'm going to get the shot.
Well, like and I get that, but also our cameras have this little thing called zoom on it.
True.
I mean, I was behind the crowd videotaping, recording the whole ceremony, and it wasn't supposed to be this professional production. I was did it with my phone or whatever. But if I wanted to get even from behind the whole crowd, I could still zoom in and get the shot if I really wanted to.
And the photographer at the Tulum wedding was a professional photographer. He had the camera and the lens and all the things, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I will say, like, I know at our wedding, that was kind of an issue that we had where we had a professional crew. Like, I mean, this was a photographer and he had 2 assistants and they all had cameras and everything.
And they still pissed me off.
Yeah, they still pissed. Well, they pissed me off because they got pictures of, like, the other photographers in the background, you know, like, and their equipment or like an umbrella thing for the photography.
Some of our favorite shots, there's someone standing in the background, one of them with a, you know, camera or light or something. Or it's like,
but we kind of had an issue because since how our wedding was set up, like the right side, you know, we had the aisle down the middle and then there's 2 sides of the crowd.
Right.
And on the right side, it was up against the wall. So it'd be like really hard for the photographer to get from that side, like seeing your face. So a lot of it's like my face, but the side of your head.
Yeah. Or the back of me.
So is that the way you're supposed to do it? You're not. Or should he have gotten in the middle and stood up in front of the crowd and took pictures right in front of us and blocked everybody? You know?
And I know you kind of want to see the bride a little bit more and maybe the women. So should he have told us to switch sides? Like, I noticed Cindy was on the right side of the wedding last weekend and Tom was on the left side. So you could see her more. You know, Tom was probably fine with that. Like, everyone would rather look at her face than my face. I could hear him saying something like that. But our photographer should have turned us around. I know you look back and see certain things in our photographs and it kind of pisses me off, but I'm like, whatever, it is what it is. They're great photos. But at the same time, I'm paying this guy whatever thousands of dollars. He should have known that. He should have centered things. He should have got the fuck out of the way.
But should they also know how to get that shot and also not be in front of everybody?
Exactly. You know? I don't know. It's probably a very hard job, but I don't know. Yeah.
So I don't know what the right answer is, but either be in the way and get the shot or don't be in the way and let the rest of the audience see the fucking wedding that they flew across the country. I didn't come, you know, like some people came from another country to see this wedding and you're looking at the back of a sweaty fat guy's shirt. You know?
Tastefully.
Yeah. The photographer is what I'm talking about.
The photographer tastefully be in the way or not in the way. I don't know.
So I don't know about that. But then what else happened? We were smoking at one point, and the families were all staying, you know, Wanda and Carlos and then her mom and everybody were all staying in the house.
Right.
So we go in this room to smoke and we're just like bullshitting. And I see this speech with some glasses laying on the bed, and I'm like, I think we're in the mom's room.
Yeah.
Like Wanda's mom's room. And you're like, no.
I'm like, no, wait, this is the biggest room. It's the master suite. Carlos was getting dressed in there. This is the bride and groom suite. It's on the lower level. It's got the own, bathroom. It's theirs. I don't know.
Yeah, it was not.
I guess I was wrong.
Because she comes busting in, and we're like, I mean, luckily we're just smoking a pen, so
Yeah.
it didn't like reek like we're smoking a joint
like,
or
"Oh."
something. But we're like, hey, we're just talking about how to get one of these other guys back to his apartment or to his hotel. I'm like, yeah.
My bad. I was wrong. I apologize.
Yeah. And then after the ceremony, no worries. But after the ceremony, Wanda and Carlos wanted us to go down and to the beach and take some photos there. Like, usually after the ceremony, the wedding party kind of goes to the side and takes photos while people mingle.
Of course.
So we go down there, and this is like this empty lot between two hotels, and it's just kind of like a little bit of trash, some mangroves and trees and stuff. And there's two people sitting down there with one of those big like Mexican speakers.
Oh no!
And they looked like they had like uniforms on, like they worked at Go-Mart or something. I don't know.
Like, we're on lunch.
Yeah. So we get down there and we start taking pictures, and they have that big speaker, and they were playing any music, and they start playing. Okay. Like the wedding march or whatever it is. So I thought that was really cool that they put that on for us, and they were clapping, and they were putting on this other Mexican wedding music and everything.
Everybody loves to see a bride, bride and groom, but especially a bride. You see her, everybody's like, woo, cheering and whatever.
And then on the way back, so got some great pictures down there.
Those photos turn like real quick. Wanda said that's where she goes and has her coffee every morning and sees the sunrise. They do their little, couple walk. And,
right.
It was so cool. It's like in a abandoned building. It kind of looks like that Playa Bonita. We always stop on the backside of the island and hang out. But it's the coolest thing. They're in these nice, white wedding outfits, and then they have all this cool like graffiti behind them,
like
and
a
the
bike.
ocean, and in the video, and like they're like those. I don't know what the pictures are that move, the active video pictures, whatever I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Super cool. I would have loved to have that, in my wedding book. That was really cool and original.
Yeah, super cool. But I thought it was really neat on the way back. We're all riding in the car together, getting back to the venue, and she stops probably 2 different times. Anytime we're at a stoplight, and there was somebody kind of like asking for money or selling suckers or candy or whatever. She bought something from everyone. And then there was this one, it was a guy and his son sitting on a median, and they were selling suckers. Yeah. And she must know him. She says she sees him there like every morning or whatever, and she'll help him out every now and then because Wanda runs this charity. Yeah. And CharitableTourism.com. And she, the kid, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he's like 9, 8, 9. Yeah. So kid
and his dad.
He comes over and he's like, and sees that they're in their like wedding outfits, and he's like, oh, like it's your wedding day, and he just looked like so like shocked, like, oh my God, you're getting married, and she gives him a 500 peso bill, and she says, I want this to go to you. Aww. You and your dad. Do not use this to buy more suckers to sell or whatever. I want you to take this and do something for yourself with it. And he offered us like a bunch of suckers, and we're like, no. Keep those. You sell them to somebody else. So he was just like, oh, you could just see the shock in his face. He was almost tearing up. And she said, her birthday, I can't remember what month her birthday's in, but she said that she told him one day when she was walking or driving by the little kid, that her birthday was in 3 weeks. And 3 weeks later on her birthday, when he saw her, he brought her like a little gift that he had made himself. Aww. And she's like, he remembered my birthday for 3 weeks. So she's like, I want to, pay it forward. And, even though it's my my wedding day, she wanted to help him out. So that's just the kind of type of people that Carlos and Wanda are.
That is so sweet that it is their big day. They're getting treated with, love and affection and gifts and all these things. And their thought is to give it back to the community.
Help somebody else.
They're always like that.
Yeah,
so cute.
Super nice.
Cheers.
Nice. Yeah.
Makes me choke up. Oh, you're so sweet.
Yeah. But it was me and Brandon's job to get all the beer for the wedding.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. So we go to the bodega and we just load up this cart with all this beer. And it's maybe like a block and a half from the wedding venue.
Yeah.
And so we push the cart outside and douche. Just downpour. It's fucking raining so hard. And we're like, great. How are we going to get it over there? And the wedding was starting in like 30 minutes and we didn't have the beer yet.
It rained the worst times except for during the wedding, which was awesome.
Yeah.
It could rain all day, but just not during the wedding.
Yeah. So we're pushing the cart like out through the parking lot. There's like one of those awning things for people waiting.
Yeah.
And it goes all the way out to the furthest part of the parking lot out by the road. Yeah. And so we're pushing it out there and Brandon has the cart and I'm looking down and I go, there's not any of those like locky things on the wheels. And he goes, okay. He's like, well, maybe we're just going to go out here and see if we can get a taxi.
Oh
and
God.
then we go, goosh, and we just run across the street with the cart. We're like, we're taking it, motherfucker. And we get across the street and we're walking through like the neighborhood or rolling the cart through the neighborhoods. And this lady comes up or drives up with a minivan, rolls her windows down. And she goes, Carrito.
Oh my gosh.
Like she saw us like run off and like take off with the carts. It was so funny.
I would have loved to see the people in that parking lot or in the store go, what are these two gringos doing?
Yeah.
Cart full of booze? Are they going to steal? Oh, they stole the cart. There they go.
Off.
There they go. They took it.
Yeah. And later we put Wanda in the cart. Oh, actually, all you ladies did, and you had a little picture sesh with her in the cart.
She immediately goes, I want to take pictures with that shopping cart. And all of us collectively at the same time go, we want to put you in the shopping cart. She was like, absolutely.
Yeah. And then later the mariachi band showed up.
Yes.
And they were great.
Oh my God. She had a band and then a mariachi band. There were just bands popping out all over the place.
Two bands. Yeah. And the mariachi band, they were some of the most fun guys, and they were turning around and shaking their butts. Yeah. And I think our friend Mary Lou pushed her mother-in-law into the guys that were shaking their butts, and they're like shaking it on her.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's mom was butt to butt with the mariachi guys.
Yeah. And then Wanda, we pushed into they were going butt to butt. And then I think the lady that did the ceremony was pinching the dude's butt.
Oh, she was a hoot. Giselle.
Yeah.
She was like, yeah. We're like, this would be, I don't know, wouldn't be okay at home.
Yeah. So then after that, we had no music basically. So we're just playing music ourselves.
Yep.
And we were looking for some way to spice up the party. So I go over and I grab the light switches and I'm doing a light show with it because we didn't pay for any kind of light show or music or anything. Hire me for your next wedding. DJ Lou's in the house.
Get it. And you did a great job being DJ. We had so much fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. Oh shoot. So but yeah, it was a fantastic wedding. We had a great time. Awesome to see all of our friends and Wanda's family and the people that come down here and visit from the U.S. that donate to charitable tourism. Mm-hmm. And we stayed with them. So thank you, Brian and Tracy and Kevin and Jill for letting us stay in their condo, because they rented like a big condo on the beach.
Oh yeah.
And we got to stay with them.
It was so cool. It was awesome. We had so much fun, like coffee and snacks, and we'd stay up late. It was like a adult slumber party.
Yeah, it really was.
Thank you so much, guys. We were calling us the Airbnb squad.
Yeah, but we did share a room with our friend's boyfriend and his mom.
Yeah. Well, the first night we were with Marlos.
Yeah.
And that was fine. We all slept great. It was kind of funny as an adult having a bed next to each other. I don't know.
Yeah, it was weird to stay in but I guess we've done that in like hotel rooms.
Yeah,
it was just weird in a condo, I guess.
Yeah. Second night was a little different.
Yeah, because Mary Lou's boyfriend and her mom both snore.
Yes.
Like real loud.
Well, she said that. She was like, watch out. Jorge snores a little bit. We're like, it's fine. We're going to be tired and drunk and passed out anyway. They both snore. Him and his mother snore.
It was funny though, because so in the middle of the night, they kind of woke us up from the snoring, or maybe it was they got up to go to the bathroom or something.
Something woke us up.
And the AC was like off, and you were like sweating.
I was dying. I didn't know if you were awake, but I was just sitting there like this. Go, God, so hot.
Oh, I did, because I remember thinking, this is doing nothing for you.
It was something. It was like bringing the cool air to my face. I had like boob sweat. I'm like, please, why?
So I go out into the living room. Brandon's sleeping on the couch. It's dark. It's like, 3, 4 in the morning. Yeah. And I go out there to go turn, because I'm thinking maybe somebody turned the AC off on accident. They meant to turn it down.
Yeah.
And there's this dark figure sitting at the bar, just in the pitch black, not looking on his phone or anything like that. So there was a roll of toilet paper on the table. I just grabbed 2 little squares of it, and then I just went back into the room because I didn't know what to do.
Of all the things, why didn't you mess with the AC?
Well, because I didn't know where it was.
Oh.
I mean, and I was kind of caught off guard because there was a strange figure in the in the kitchen.
Well, there's like 8 of us staying there. It's got to be one of us.
I know, but it was in the dark, and it was at 4 in the morning. Don't question my thought process, Alexis. It was, you didn't get up and do it, so
I would have been like, "Who the fuck are you? Get out!"
No, but I found out later it was Jorge, and he couldn't sleep or whatever. But you not complain, but you were like, "Oh, the snoring like kind of kept me up." I actually liked the snoring, and it helped me sleep because it reminded me of Tiger. And that's like just hearing Tiger's little like snore, like dog purrs. Like,
yes.
Yeah, I don't know. It made me think of him and miss him, and it was more comforting to sleep because that's how towards the end, it was kind of how we knew he was still alive.
Yeah.
When he was snoring, like, okay, he's good. He's good.
I remember
he's still
him
breathing.
Like, stop snoring. We'd wake up like, "Are you alive? Are you okay?" Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then the next day it just rained, and so we lucked out with the wedding.
We have been getting so much rain lately. It's ridiculous. Yeah. I've never seen this much rain here.
No, me neither. But the funny thing was we went to our favorite place, the torta place, that's what we call it. And they have really cheap tortas. We've talked about it before. But we all went there, and we were kind of underneath the palapa because it was pouring.
Yeah.
And they have these margaritas there that are like this big. I mean, just huge.
They are dangerous. I don't even know where you buy a margarita glass that big, but I would have to hold it with 2 hands.
Yeah, it's enormous.
Yeah.
Like this dick. Oh, shoot. But, just enormous. And so we see the, like, maybe 3 or 4, like, younger, it was like 2 Mexican couples.
Yeah.
But clearly on vacation.
Yep.
And they got like 2 of them. And we've had this one before. I didn't drink it, but we watched our friend Mary Lou and some other friends drink it. And maybe an hour later, she was like on the ground, like in the sand.
The ground. And like friends sharing it. We had a table of like 12 people sharing it, not 2 and 2. I don't know.
Yeah, it was crazy. So I start taking pictures because I think this is going to be what we're going to talk about on the podcast. I mean, I guess we still are, but
we're like, oh, good luck with that margarita.
Yeah,
Let's see how you're doing later.
Yeah, so I was periodically taking videos of these people, like seeing them get more drunk, and they were like starting to get a little wobbly, and then they went swimming and came back, and I'm watching these people. And then 2 of the dudes started making out.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, oh my God, this margarita is pretty strong if it's going to make you change your preference. But I mean, it was a couple of gay guys. So at first I thought they were, because there were 2 other girls. So I thought there were 2 couples. I was like, holy shit, this margarita is strong.
Oh yeah. I think there were like 3 different couples, but we could always notice when the margarita levels were going down, because like you said, they would go and swim and they'd come back and we'd hear like, woo, or yelling or dancing or screaming, or we're like, here we go, let's check back in another 20 minutes, see what's going on.
So
wasted.
Wasted.
Chocolatey wasted.
Margarita wasted.
Yeah.
But it was a great wedding, right?
It was wonderful. I loved all the food. It was great because you could eat before and after the wedding.
Yes.
We ate through the whole freaking wedding. We drank through the whole wedding. It was wonderful.
Yeah, that was nice that there wasn't like a caterer or whatever, because they don't take the food away like we were talking about last episode.
Yeah. And I think we still had snacks after too when we went back to the Airbnb.
Well, we went to a bar afterwards as well, and I can't remember if we got food there. Oh, we got like frozen pizzas. Remember we got that at the grocery store the other night?
Right. We had that.
I think that's our first frozen pizza in Mexico that we've had.
Because we don't have an oven.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was nice. They had a full-size oven at that Airbnb.
Yeah,
it wasn't even
nice.
one of those mini ones. It was great.
Yeah.
I love, though, when we were at the torta place and they were asking us afterwards, hey, what'd you guys do last night? Or did you just go home? My mind was a blank. I was like, yeah, we just went home. And then you're like, no, we went to the La International Beer Bar. Yeah. I was like, oh, I blocked all of that out.
Oh, shoot.
I was like, we did go out. We had a couple of beers. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, it was late. And we've been drinking all day and everything. So it was, well, no, actually not all day. We didn't start, the wedding didn't start till 4. So that's right?
We were having some drinks before.
Yeah, maybe
before,
a little,
during, and after
little
the wedding.
wine.
Yeah, there was a mixture. I'm just thankful we didn't have hangovers.
Yeah, we really didn't. But you did a great job with the little name plates for all the food and everything. You wrote it by hand.
Oh, that was a stressor also. She's like, you're the creative friend. You need to write all these little signs and kind of make them look pretty. And the pen we had just was not working. But thankfully, my husband ran out and found a different one, and it worked great. And nobody noticed the difference.
I only had to go to 6 papelerias.
I know.
I mean, that's all it took.
I know now when I don't see you for a while that you're doing something. They're like, where's Nate? Where's Nate? I'm like, I just saw him a minute ago, but he has been gone for a minute. He's probably finding me a new pen or something. Anyway,
I was.
You're so sweet. I was stressing out. And she was like, it's fine. Nobody's going to care. And I'm like, I don't want them to look like shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I want them to be the best of my ability for you.
Oh, shoot. But yeah, all in all, great wedding. 2 weddings in Mexico, 2 weeks. So I'm ready to not do anything for a while.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Hey, you're the one that's already making plans for it this weekend.
I know. I was like, don't ask me to do shit this weekend, and we already have plans.
Yeah. So that's all on you.
Oh, well.
But next Thursday is Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So
Happy Turkey Day.
Yeah, or Chicken Day for here.
Yeah.
Because we can't find a turkey small enough to go in our air fryer.
Agreed.
Yeah, but
I like the turkey.
I like our Thanksgivings because we normally don't do like a big Thanksgiving with a bunch of friends like we used to. We just kind of make our own little meals, and we sit in our pajamas and drink Baileys and coffees or carajillos and make our food and, just kind of relax like it should be.
Yeah, I want to relax. I want to eat food. I want to watch football. I want to eat again. I want to have drinks throughout. And there's just too much other places going on.
And I want leftovers.
Leftovers are very underrated. That's my favorite part of Thanksgiving. I want the cold turkey or chicken the next day and the mashed potatoes and all this stuff.
And I'm excited because I mean, even though I'm not like a huge stuffing fan, I mean, like I like stuffing, but I'm not like, oh, I have to have stuffing. We brought a box back from the U.S. this year.
A stovetop.
Yeah, a little stovetop. So making it.
I'm sure you can find it here somewhere, but it's probably twice the price. At home, it's like $1.
Have you seen it here? I don't know if I have.
Maybe not.
Oh, maybe at DAC. When they do their little setup out there, but I've never seen it in the grocery store.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's not here.
Yeah,
maybe we should have brought more and started slinging it on the street.
Yeah.
$10 stuffings.
Yeah. So next weekend, we'll be. I don't know what are we doing next weekend.
I don't know. I just assumed you would cook and I would eat and we'll watch football.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah. For everybody going to a Thanksgiving get together, try not to kill your relatives over politics.
Yes.
Let's maybe not talk about that.
Let's let your Aunt Beatrice or whoever just tell her to shut up and give her another drink and set her down somewhere.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, as usual, thanks for supporting the podcast. Buymeacoffee.com/Hansons on Hiatus. You can buy some virtual beers there. Or if you would like to be a monthly Fucky subscriber, you can donate 99 cents a month, be a little Fucky.
99 cents. That's it.
That's
just
it.
to be a little
it's
Fucky.
$1.
That's great.
You can't even get a water for that.
You can't. You really can't.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't get much for it.
And you're getting, a month worth of episodes. Not every day, get a weekly update, but hey, 99 cents, 99 cents.
Yeah.
Or if you want to be a medium Fucky, $4.99, or a big old Fucky, $9.99.
I like them big old Fuckies.
And go to the hansonsonhiatus.com website. We got all of our links to our merch store and how to become a big old Fucky. And what else we got there? Just the links to the podcast on Spotify and YouTube. And please tell your friends, if you are listening to the podcast, tell them that the video that we post on Instagram is not the podcast.
Right.
That is a clip from the podcast.
Or Facebook. Yeah, you guys are selling yourself short. There's only like a 2-second, 30-second clip. You could watch and listen to the whole episode.
Exactly. So I know we don't need to tell you guys because if you're listening to us, you followed instructions or you're able to. So really appreciate any support you guys can be.
Spread the love to your friends and family because I'm sure they'd enjoy us too.
Yes, exactly. So like, follow, share, subscribe, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, iTunes, YouTube Music at Hansons on Hiatus. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Happy Friday, fuckers.
Happy Friday, fuckies.
That's it. Thanks for listening. Goodbye for now. Bye.